Welcome back, everybody. This is Lescore playing FS22 on Bloomfield, Canada. As you can see, I was able to get the weeder that I was looking for, and I'm very excited to get some grass in the ground. Technically, our first crop of the series. So, the size of this weeder is actually very substantial for the little plot that we have here. So, this really shouldn't take too much time as I drift the camera into the weeds, into the trees. So I looked at the contracts for today. It's September 2. There wasn't really anything I really wanted to work on. There were a few harvesting contracts, but I think I missed a little spot there. There are a few harvesting contracts, but I don't think I want to spend the time doing them because they are a little small. They're a little bit out of the way. I mean, I know I kind of need all the money I can get, but I also don't want to, as I've probably said hundreds of times now, I don't want to do contracts for too long. So picking the best ones that'll make me the most money or are closer together and I can use the same equipment for all of them. Those are the ones I'm probably going to go for in terms of harvesting. I think for fertilizing, I might as well just take all of them. And actually, I think the next thing I want to buy for my grass field, as well as those contracts, is a fertilizer. Um, I do want to try to pick one that I can use for the rest of the series. So I'm probably just going to go with the big. Here, actually, just show you. I have to check the store. Where is it? This one. So it's 65,000. So it'll be a decent amount of money, but I think that one spreads really wide. It holds a lot of fertilizer, so I think it'll be good for us for the eventual big fields that we're going to have. So, so that's the plan. Once I, do enough contracts to make the money to buy that, then I'll be able to use this tractor plus that to do those fertilizing contracts and save a little bit money on leasing. Obviously, I still have to buy the fertilizer, but I actually already have a decent amount of fertilizer in the trees because that's apparently where I put them on this plot. So I think after I finish up these last two rows, I'm going to skip ahead to October. Should get hopefully some good corn harvesting, possibly some soybeans as well. What else is in October? I think sunflowers are in October. Cotton is as well. The cotton, it depends on what the contracts look like for me to pick up a cotton contract. Just because if it's the John Deere, you can't get what's left out of it. I'll turn that off. Because it only drops in certain increments. But the case harvester is nice in that as soon as you're done, you can drop whatever you have left, and that way you can get all of it out of the harvester. With the John Deere, it gets a little complicated. Okay. I just realized I don't really have a good. I'm gonna have to keep driving on my field. I don't have a good spot to park. I'm gonna have to get something to clean that too, but I guess that'll later down the road. Don't get too ahead of yourself. All right, let's go to 8 o'clock. I want it to be light. I don't want you guys to have to squint to see what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. We got germination. We have a field. Expected yield 63%. Not too bad. It doesn't, I don't think it has fertilizer. This won't show up because I haven't run it. Oh, and this won't show up because, yeah, okay. So I'd have to get soil sample for that to show up on the precision farming. I might do that at some point. I will have to buy, with precision farming, you can either buy the info for the field or test it yourself. I'm going to try to test it myself. Usually I end up just buying it, but I think in the long run it'll save me a decent amount of money, especially at the beginning, to just buy the implement and use it whenever I need to. So maybe that'll be after the fertilizer. We'll see. So, all right, let's go to contracts. Let's see what we got. So I don't really want to get into the baling unless if they had the kind of automatic pickup. I feel like that'd be a little bit different, but ooh, a big soybeans contract with the truck. That'll be nice. I don't want to do the weeding. I never do. You don't really get your money back. I mean, you're leasing it for $88, or reducing your cost by $88, and you're only getting 124. So even if you didn't hire a worker and did it all yourself, you're still not really making much money from that at all. So to me, weeding is not worth it. Even using their own equipment, it doesn't pay very high. Okay, so plowing, I don't think I'm going to do. Of course, I can always have a plowing going in the background. Where's field 22? Oh, that's a weird shaped one. I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm looking for a nice square field, which most of them are, that the plow can, I can kind of do some headlands and then kind of just get it going in the background. So I think I'm going to pick this one. Magically teleport over there. I bought a little bit too many seeds for the weeder. I bought 2 bags. I wasn't sure how much it held, and that's 2,000 liters of seeds, and it only holds 300. So I have a little excess seed. Obviously, it's no issue. We're going to use that at some point, so it'll just have to sit there in the store until I can pick it up with a seeder. I contemplated actually buying this grass field here. Um, Actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to check how much that is. That would be more of a temporary buy. I would not keep it long term. It's only 40,000. That's not too bad. Just to have a little bit more space, make a little bit more money at the beginning. That small field that I created, I'd be lucky to get, I don't know, maybe 5 bales off of it, depending on the size of the bale. So for like a whole season, if I get 3 cuts, 15 bales, which in silage probably only ends up to be no more than like $30,000. So definitely small money here at the beginning, but it's progress. So all right, unfold it. I think I'm going to go that way, back and forth. So just create a headland here. It's actually a pretty decent sized plow. This is why I don't like plowing. It's, you have a pretty good sized plow and it still only gets this little area. It just, to me, it takes forever. So I think we'll just do this one row, get the worker going. I think I'm going to have it go that way and see how that goes. Should have, the cars will stop for him, so the worker should have plenty of room to turn around. Might get messed up by the trees and the poles occasionally, but I think it'll be okay that we're getting enough of it done to finish the contract. If I need to clean up a little bit at the end, as I miss a bit, um, I can always do that later. And I think as of now, this will just be the one plowing contractor due. Depending on how quick it goes, I might add another one in a field close by using the same equipment, but we'll see when we get to that point. Technically, any of these contracts I take too, if I get to the end of the day, it's not really a big deal because it'll still be October. So you can kind of just work on them for the second day. All right, get him started. Him or her, actually. Who's in there? Oh, get her started. All right, so I want the fertilizings. Lot less of a cost to do this one. So our borrow, accept. I want to borrow this one and accept that one. Don't want to do sugar beets. That's mine. All right. Messy yard. Okay. That is not a great location for that. All right. Pick up the weight over there. All right, get you moving to go pick up that fertilizer in the woods. Actually, before I move that, let me get this out of the way. Oh, jeez. Come on. There we go. Which fields are we going to? 28 and 53. Okay, 28's up there in the right corner. Yeah, might as well just go to 53 first. Oops. Get you on the road. Let's see if you make it over there. That little turn is sometimes hard for the trucks, so we'll see if you get stuck or not. All right. Let's see if I can get this thing out of here. Hmm. Return this back to the owners with scratches galore. It's fine. There we go. Oh, jeez. Just knocked over all my seed. Look at that. Magically pops into place. All right. I'm gonna close that. So I'm taking up a little less space on the road. Shortcut. This area looks like it could be a field. I wonder if it's for sale. Oh yeah, it comes with that house back there. I mean, that's a decent sized starter field. So is that kind of on the other side too. Just gonna randomly buy all the small square pieces of grass and make a whole bunch of little fields. 56 is ready for harvest. I wonder if that'll pop up here eventually. Kind of keep an eye on the contracts, and in fact, I could always keep this equipment. Oh, there's the cotton one too. I could always keep this equipment and just use it for all the soybeans today. Get another piece of equipment, use it for all the corn, and then I don't know, maybe potentially do some cotton as well. With large fields, the cotton would actually be a really big moneymaker because the extra, even though it's not the best time of year to sell, the extras could still make us a pretty good chunk of money. All right. Camera into the trees again. Apologize for that. It's going to be happening a lot on this map because the ends of a lot of the fields are in the trees, so I apologize in advance for face full of trees every once in a while. Alright, let's get a headland going. It's not a very wide field, but I think it's a pretty long one. Just gonna keep checking the contracts every once in a while. Line up to 0 degrees. Close enough. Alright, while I'm on auto drive, I'm actually going to see if I can use the mouse for this. I think you can, yes. So you can deselect certain ones that you don't want to show up. I'm going to keep bailing on there just in case there's a really nice one. Plowing, I guess I can keep on there. I'm not going to worry about this cultivating unless more show up. But yeah, I definitely am not going to do weeding. Not going to do spraying. I don't normally like to do sowing. Some of them can make you money, but yeah, I'll leave plowing on there even though I always complain about plowing. But I'll leave it on there for now just because I have one going and I could potentially pick up another. Yeah, good. We did not crash. Holy wow. What a drop in elevation over here. There's like a huge... I wonder how this harvester will handle that. Sometimes if there's a huge change in elevation, the harvester won't be able to get all the crop up. Unless you have a flex header on it, which I'm not sure if this is a flex or not. It seems to be working okay in the downhill. We'll see how it goes uphill. That is pretty cool though. This crops right here must be pretty well watered. If not too much, to be honest. Struggling to go up the hill, but seems to still be getting all the crops, so I just finished the second of the 2 fertilizing contracts. Don't think I had a third one, right? Nope. But before I turn this equipment in, I want to try to reserve the little bit of fertilizer that I have left. So I'm going to drive this back to, we'll call it my little farm, our little grass field and tent. See if I can put it in a spot that's a little bit easier to get to than it was this time. I didn't record it, but it was definitely pretty difficult. I had to essentially drive into the trees to try to get it out. Knocked around my weeder a little bit, not too bad, but so yeah, I'm gonna have to try to. The only bad thing about taking that entire field and turning it into the grass field is now I have no empty patch to kind of put it. I could just put it somewhere not on my land, I suppose. That's pretty close by. Maybe or even put it in the farm area that I am looking to buy. Which, speaking of, I was thinking a little bit during the break. I don't want to get too far ahead buying too much equipment, especially since I don't have too much room to put it for now. So I was thinking after I buy the fertilizer, I would save up to buy that kind of field, or not field, but the kind of farm area. Um, yeah, our plowing is moving. It's going to be a very, very long time, so I really don't think I'm going to do um, another contract for plowing after that one. It'll probably even go into the 2nd of October. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to drive this over here. Once we have our own fertilizer, we could just keep it in there. Because yeah, there's some open field over here. Might just borrow this person's land for now. There we go. Turn that in. I did take 2 cultivating jobs, mostly because they're right next to each other. So there's 13, and then 15 right there is the next one. So I figured 2 right next to each other is pretty worth it. So I got those going. I have the first load of soybeans to drop off. To be honest, with the low yield you get from soybeans, I was pleasantly surprised how many came off of that field. And the reason I was pleasantly surprised is because I feel like that will be a field I could potentially be buying in the future. So even the, weed-ridden field that I was harvesting, at least I'm pretty sure there were weeds in it, we got a pretty good yield off of it. So this holds about, oh, I forgot to check, it's like a little over 40,000 liters. Tip side back. There we go. The second field for soybeans is going to be really, really small. So 80% there. Cool. I think I am going to, once I finish these contracts, even if there isn't one up in the store, I am going to hold on to this equipment just because having the nice truck is really useful for hauling the grain. So I think I'm going to hold on to it until I see, because there are a lot of other soybean fields that should be harvestable at some point. Whether or not they show up in October or November, it's kind of hard to say with the contracts. There is a ability for you to reset the contracts, but I don't think I really want to do that just because I feel like it could potentially cause issues. But I don't know, that could also be me just being a little paranoid. I haven't really used that mod before, so I don't really know what's going to happen with it. I have seen other YouTubers use it before, and I want to say they didn't have issues, but I don't know. I just worry about the equipment going away, which actually, now that I think about it, I might have to return the equipment for this because after this session I'll be logging off, and once I log back on, there's a good chance this equipment won't be there anymore. So I actually have to accept the equipment, which is kind of a bummer. I kind of wanted to keep this nice big harvester for the rest of the fields, but okay. Drive this over to the other field. It should be relatively quick. That's weird it didn't pick that up. Oh, jeez. Love how that just snaps into place. Get this guy over to the road. Have a worker drive him up to the next field. All the way up here. Probably won't get there with the turns. Oh, jeez. I like came up to this guy right at the right time. Why? Go. How many cars are there? Yeah, this is gonna take a very long time. Actually, it might be a good idea to start going that way, but I don't know. I feel like I've already gone too many times this way. It's almost too late. Oh, good. This guy just kind of kept going. Perfect. That's what I was hoping he would do. Okay, it is a he. Just have to double check. Check the contracts. Yeah, so I am tempted now, even though I said I didn't want to. I am tempted to see what happens if I click new contracts. Pretty sure the ones I've already done shouldn't change. But I mean, there's obviously like cotton fields that are ready to go now. So maybe those will kind of come up once I try that. Oh geez, spinning out. Not the best driver when it comes to those. I always forget to slow down. It's a good thing I don't drive a truck in real life. Great demand at Johnson's Farmers Market. What is that? Wheat. We don't have any wheat, so cannot capitalize on that, unfortunately. Those great demands that they pop up every once in a while, but it's usually never anything I'm actually doing because, that's why there's a great demand for it because no one's turning it in. All right, I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get rid of this first just in case. Hmm. It's not doing anything. Okay, interesting. And yeah, okay. Who needs signs anyways? Oh geez. I just lost the header. Watch out, car. I'm rampaging over here. And I'm on the wrong side. Oh my god. Alright, I'm not gonna make you guys watch this. I'm gonna come back once I get up to the field. As you can see, I made it finally up to the field. Um, should be relatively quick to harvest. I noticed that this episode is probably going to be a little bit longer than I usually would like to. I tried to stay around 30 minutes. This one might be a little bit longer than that. Um, so I think once I get this harvested, I'll put it in the trailer, bring that down, turn it in, and then I think we're gonna be pretty good to stop the episode there and pick up next time. So I did try the to reset the contracts again, and I got a corn contract to come up. Um, you can see here that there's even some sunflower ones that won't be ready until November. There was a cornfield on my way I saw that wasn't quite ready yet. So the only issue with the corn contract that came up is it's not huge equipment. If I open up the map there, down at the bottom left, it's field 56. So it's actually the one I saw on the way to the other soybean contract I did. Um, I may pick it up um, and just kind of deal with the smaller implement, and then if a better contract comes up with a bigger header, I might just turn that one in and pick up the bigger one, because depending on the header they give you, you could also use those for the sunflower contracts as well. So that could be nice to do potentially still here in October or even November. So again, I apologize for a very contract heavy beginning here. I mean, that's was kind of expected with me starting out with no money. Um, yeah, I'm in between episodes. I might just go ahead and finish a whole bunch of contracts and kind of just update you guys when I come back on what I did. That way you don't have to watch me doing contract after contract, and you can kind of just see the money rise as I go along. But yeah, almost done with this one. Can I get this in 2 more rows? I don't think so. I might be able to. It's kind of close. Only going to get about not quite 10,000 liters from this field. So soybeans do sell for a relatively high price, but I don't think October is the best time to sell them. So we won't be getting the best price for them with the extra. But again, I don't have anywhere to put them, so I kind of have to just deal with that as it is now. I hope we might get 10,000. Yes, we did. Nice. Last little bit. Okay. Sure. Cut in front of this car. He can wait. I got work to do. They cut in front of me all the time without stopping. So, might as well give some back. Oh, that's going to bother me. That has to be full. I don't know why. It just bothers me. Okay. About 23,000. So we'll have to, I think we were 80% when I dropped off last time for the last field. We got about 10,000 in this field, which means only probably 1,000 of it, maybe not even quite 1,000, or get to keep. So we might be selling maybe 2 or 3,000 total at the end, which isn't too bad. It'll probably be, it's usually around $3,000, somewhere like that. It's very tempting just to drive right through this field. But again, I have crop destruction on, so once those are my fields, I'm going to have to be careful. The AI does not like that turn. Because of that, I was thinking about, so the dairy's up there in the top right corner of the map. I guess northwest. I don't know if they go north. Top of the map is north or not, but or northeast, I should say. Um, but yeah, so the dairy's up there, past that turn that is not good for the AI. So it's kind of making me want to just build my own dairy down here where it's um, more accessible. I don't have to drive as much. I mean, there's definitely a decent amount of open space in that field. Oh, geez. I'm looking at my. Oh, that was a bad collision. Oh, look, no damage, magically. If they ever add that to this game, that'll make it so much harder for me. There's so many collisions. Was it talking? Yeah, so there's a decent amount of open space where I can put things like a dairy. I have my grass field currently that eventually are put things onto. Probably put some pavement down or something. Put some of the productions there. Some of the sell points there. Since the weird thing is you have to own the land to put a sell point down, and the sell point just essentially is just that. You don't get any benefit from it except for having a place to sell your products, which is a little. The good thing is they're not too expensive, so it's not like it's gonna make me go broke or anything, but that is still a long ways away. Alright, let's get this sold, see how much money we make, and switch to the front. Watch the money, see when it goes up. Alright, there's 53 finished. Oh, 28 finished. Alright, so we already made too many things. There we go. Already made 2,000 plus another 2,600. Another 1,600. So yeah, it was about 3,800, so almost $4,000. That's not too bad. Let's go and turn these in. Cultivating's almost done. Yeah, so we're sitting at 31. Just almost halfway to being able to buy that fertilizer. So, yeah. And just to show you real quick, I think I'm going to take this, work on this in between episodes. Oh, that was weird. It's because of my seed just kind of sitting there. But yeah, thank you for joining. Please leave a like if you like the video. Consider subscribing if you want to see more of this content. And leave a comment if you either like or don't like what I'm doing. Let me know. And I will see you again next time. Thank you. Have a good one.